Hi, hello. So, I've been trying to level up my characters. I've been trying to farm Lumina, and I've been trying to get some weapon parts or weapon materials to upgrade weapons so that I can get super overpowered in the endgame of Expedition 33. So, I came to the place that everybody recommends, which is the Golden Tree flag here at Renoir's Drafts. And everybody recommends going to that grapple point where you can see a Gestral. To fight the Gestral, that comes with one of those guys and one of the not these ones, but ones that do like sword attacks. It's like the Clair Obscure ones. And I found that thing super taxing. The menus, having to go back and forth every single time, choosing one character over all of them. And as you can see, Mael has been the one doing that because she was my strongest character. But at one point, I was like, but then I need to go over every single one of them to get them up. Like Verso and Monoko were my lowest ones, and they were lagging behind quite a bit. So I was like, what do I do? I do not want to go through this every single time. And so I decided to go for this guy and those guys over there with Ciel, Lune, and Mael. This is what they're going for. Basically, Ciel is just here to give Fortune's Fury and Intervention to Lune. She has like the most energizing things that I can get to get AP on her. She's got a lot of AP too, a lot of damage, as much as I can get, and as much as you can get, I guess. I mean, this is just like a template. You can go even beyond this, I'm sure. But like having Energy Master, Energizing Turn, anything to get her to 9 AP in the very first turn, and to do the most damage on that very first turn is the consistency that I found to be worth going for. And then you got Mael, who's also like super decked out. She's got a lot of damage just in case. But what I do here is I just go for these ones. And there is a little less alienating menus in the process, and there's a little bit of RNG to it too. So you start with Hell. These are the skills that I'm going for, like the basic. What I'm going to use every time is Hell, maybe Crippling Tsunami, or Elemental Genesis, depending on the stains that I get. I do have the weapon that gives me random stains at the beginning of a turn, if I have none. So, as you can see, I get like stains for doing the Elemental Genesis attack here. And if I didn't, I would go for Crippling Tsunami. But with this, I just do this. Of course, you need cheat to do 2 attacks in a row. And then Mael just finishes the other one off. And you get 2 color of Lumina every time, and 2 grandiose Chroma. While with the 1-up with the Gestral, you get 1 to 2 per run. You don't have to move, and it's okay, but I found it like just super alienating. I don't like just traversing through menus. And then I go for these ones, and I do exactly the same. I just go for the Hell. Then see if I get the right stains, I go for Genesis. And with that, Mael can finish one off with being in Virtuoso stance. I'm using the weapon that lets her begin the fight in Virtuoso stance. And then she attacks twice again. And you also get 2 colored Luminas, 18k Chroma, and a lot of experience because you get the 20% no damage buff to experience. And this helps you level up all the characters, even the ones that are in the reserve, like Verso and Monoko in my case. And then I just go back to the flag, rest, repeat. And I've been doing this for like less than an hour-ish. And from having spent all of my Lumina, I am back at 100. I do have a lot because I have been running around the world and doing, world bosses and other stuff. Some of the DLC content too. I have some of those Pictos, and I should let you look at that. So CL is going with this. She just gets more things. This is the most important one in my opinion, because it's the AP stains well consumed. You get more AP, and then on start, if you don't have any stains, you get 2, and that helps with killing things faster. And Mael has Medallion for Virtuoso stance at the beginning, and then Pictos are kind of like everywhere. She's got the Augmented Strike because she deals a bunch of damage, AP increased, and yeah, the clay is life. It's just there for being there. She just needs to be there to have 2 turns. She needs cheat, and that's it. And so does Lune, to be honest. So let's see if I get a run without Genesis, because I got lucky in those 2. And I just got Genesis right off the bat, but you might not. And it still works, okay? You might need a few more turns before finishing the battle. Like this one, for example, no Elemental Genesis because I don't have the 4 different stains, so I just go for Tsunami. And then I use my L to just lower defense twice. CL uses Fortune's Fury. And then I use Intervention. And at that point, see, I got Elemental Genesis now because of the light stains, but I could just go back to Hell, and that would do the job anyways. You get 2. And then let's see if I get unlucky with these ones to show a little bit of a more detrimental run and the more beneficial one. Best and worst of both worlds. And this strat I found a little bit better because it's just, a little bit more relaxed. Nope, I got Genesis again and I'm gonna use it. Because you don't need to parry anything, while with the other bosses they usually get a turn. One of them does. And it makes you have to, be paying attention. While this one is more automated in that regard during the battle and not just having to go through menus and stuff. And I just found a little bit better than, just being up there, pressing square, and you have to press and hold the buttons to go into the fight with the Gestral. So I found that a little bit annoying. It might be optimal, but I just found this way better for myself, and maybe for you. Well, I hope it's useful. See ya.